Do you wish you could be the present mom you've always wanted to be, but still need to provide an income for your family? Are you tired of scouring the internet for legit jobs that will replace your income and that you can do from home in your PJs? Hey friend, welcome to the Virtual Assistant Mama podcast. I know you're over there Googling jobs for moms, legit work at home jobs, or start a side hustle, yet you can't figure out how to take that first step. So instead, you stay stuck, do nothing, or start random side hustles to try to make quick money. Becoming a virtual assistant is the answered prayer you've been waiting for. My name is Ariana, and I'm a former teacher turned work-at-home mom who replaced my teaching income as a virtual assistant in just 6 months. I did this by taking a step of faith and following the dream that God placed on my heart to be home with my babies. Mama, your dreams pale in comparison to God's dreams for you. Imagine offering services that light you up, working with clients who value you and pay you what you're worth, and having a job that works around your life and not the other way around. This is the podcast for you. It's time to take that first step. Are you ready? Here we go. I received a question recently asking how this person can actually run a profitable virtual assistant business. So I wanted to break that down for you guys in today's episode. There are a few core components that you need in order to make sure that your virtual assistant business is profitable. Now, what do I mean when I say profitable? What I mean is that you are generating enough revenue every single month to pay yourself the amount of money that you need to make in order to do life, whatever amount of money that is for you personally, to make investments into your business, make enough money to pay taxes, and to have enough money left over to set aside for emergencies, ebbs and flows in your income, or just to give yourself a bonus. So when you're deciding how much to charge for your virtual assistant services, you have to keep those 4 components in mind. This number is going to be different for each and every one of you, and it's going to be really unique to you and how you run your business. So we want our virtual assistant businesses to be profitable, but we also need it to be sustainable. Sustainable means that you are not overworking, you're not burnout, you're not emotionally, mentally, and physically drained. You have time for yourself, for your friends, your family. You have space in your days and weeks for other things other than your virtual assistant clients, okay? So profitability and sustainability, they really go hand in hand. You cannot have one without the other. So while it is possible to be financially profitable, it's not sustainable over the long term to operate your business in a way that causes you to have to constantly book new low-paying clients in order to generate enough revenue and then to have the level of effort to manage all of those clients, the volume of marketing and consultations that you would need to book that many clients, not to mention doing the actual work. So the first thing that you want to make sure to do in order to make sure you have a profitable virtual assistant business is making sure you're pricing yourself well and not undercharging. Most virtual assistants that I see are undercharging at least 50% less than what they should be. Now, if I asked you, would you offer to pay 50% of the project fee for your client? You'd be like, no, Ariana, of course not. But that's what you're doing when you're undercharging. So you cannot have profitability without sustainability. And you can't have sustainability without profitability. And you can't have either of those if you are undercharging. So if your business is profitable on paper, but you're working constantly and feeling exhausted and overwhelmed and resentful, it is not sustainable. Secondly, you need to know the amount you need to make in order to be profitable. So these numbers, again, they're unique to you. They should be also realistic. I know so many of you come to me and you say, I want to make $10,000 a month and make multiple 6 figures. And while it's possible to do that, you have to start where you're at today. So some key questions to ask yourself: if you have a partner or someone that you share household expenses with, what is your expected contribution to those expenses? How much money does it take for you to pay for the life that you're living today? How much are you investing every single month and the tools that you need to run your business. Things like web hosting, client management systems, all your tools, training, subscriptions, all of those things. Also, how much are you investing in courses, training, mentorship, or are you just burning all of your time on YouTube University? So let me kind of break down an example of this for you. So if you want to pay yourself $3,500 a month and you want to spend $1,000 a month on tools, training, and mentorship, that is a total of $4,500 you would need to make every month. But then you also need to factor in taxes. Now, I'm not a CPA, so please refer to your CPA for their suggestions, but I can tell you what I do. I take the total income I make from my clients, subtract my business expenses, and then multiply that amount by 20%. So if my total income was $4,500, but I spent $1,000 on business tools and all the softwares and whatever, my income was actually $3,500. So 20% of $3,500 is $700. Remember, I'm not an accountant, I'm not a CPA, I'm not a tax professional. I'm just telling you what I do. So this is how it works. So now we know that we would want to make at least $5,200 every month if we want to be able to pay ourselves $3,500, invest $1,000 in tools, training, and mentorship, and set aside $700 a month for taxes. So this is a really basic formula that I use every single month to figure out my target revenue goal. You gotta know these numbers, and then once you know them, you have an understanding of how much money you need to make in order to do the life that you want to do. Again, this ties into pricing. So if you're only charging $500 a month per client, you would need 11 clients in order to make your business profitable. And that is honestly a lot of clients to juggle at once. So what's the answer? The answer is raising your prices and working with less clients. The real true secret to a profitable, sustainable business is quality over quantity. You want to find a few high quality, high paying clients rather than a lot of smaller paying clients. So if you charge $2,000 per client a month, then you would only need 3 clients and you would already be exceeding your goal of $5,200. So to recap, in order to run a profitable virtual assistant business, you have to make sure that you're charging higher prices for clients so you can earn enough revenue every month to pay yourself, invest in tools, training, and mentorship, pay your taxes, and have that left over for savings and bonuses. Now, if you want to have a profitable virtual assistant business where you're not working 24/7 and you actually want to enjoy the freedom and the money you've created, it has to be sustainable. Again, profitability and sustainability go hand in hand. Like, yes, you can have an amazing income month, but if you just worked yourself to the bone and you don't think you can do that again the following month, it is not sustainable. So make sure you keep that in mind. All right, if you need help with like figuring out your pricing, even figuring out what services you want to offer, where to find these amazing clients that you can charge a high amount to, I invite you to my free workshop at arianavernier.com/free-workshop. You can also find that link in the show notes, but I break this down even further for you in there. So go get registered for that. Can't wait to see you there. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode, and we will see you next time.
Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I would love to bless you with a free gift as a thank you. All you have to do is leave a review of the show on Apple Podcasts, take a screenshot, and send it to podcast@virtualassistantmama.com. I'll send you a code so you can snag my virtual assistant toolkit for free. And don't forget to come hang out with us in our free community, facebook.com/groups/virtualassistantmama. I'm so honored to support you in your journey to becoming a virtual assistant. Until next week, y'all, keep following the dreams that were placed on your heart so you can be the present mama you've always wanted to be.